Good morning. Had a fine night last night. Had just one other hiker come in and join me. But today we got like 9 miles and we're getting to a trailhead where we can try to get a ride into the town of Etna. And we'll resupply and plan the next leg from there. Right now I'm already seeing a lot of blowdowns and in a burn area. So I don't know if it'll be too slow going. Yeah, tons of blowdowns this morning. Most of them haven't been too bad. Oh, yeah, that's always fun to do one-handed. The terrain's mostly okay. Little ups and downs, nothing too crazy. At least the blowdowns have gone away. You can see some farm fields down there through the trees. Must be the outskirts of Etna. Well, now we're on a good ridge line with a good view. Guess there's one good hill climb with some switchbacks. Then it'll be all downhill. There's Smith Lake down there. Still climbing. All downhill now from here. Almost there. There's the road, Sawyer's Bar Road. I can see some people down there, like other hikers ahead of me, waiting for a ride to town. I'm at that point where it's like I'm 5 minutes away, but I could either miss it and see them get picked up, or I could, if I'm quick enough, join them, and it could be an hour-long wait or something for the next ride. Who knows? But I'll check back in. I'll let you know when we finally get into town here. Alright, we made it to town. Got picked up pretty quick. It was probably like 10 hikers or so were all waiting. It got into the road crossing before me. Some had been there for about half an hour, but it took me just a minute. As soon as I rolled in, we got picked up by a dude pulling a trailer, so we all jumped in, got into the town of Etna. So now I'm gonna look for some food. Well, I just got done with my breakfast sandwich. That was awesome. That was just over at the bakery. There's the food place. We'll hit that up for resupply later. So I was killing some time. Now we're heading down to the Etna Motels where we got reservations. And they said they do a hiker check-in at noon, so they'll let us get in there a little bit early. So it's kind of like 12:15, 12:30 right now, something like that. So we'll see if we can get checked in and all cleaned up. I'm all checked into the motel. It took just a minute to wait for the room to be ready, but I'm all showered and cleaned up. I think I'm gonna go do the resupply shopping first. I only need 2.5 days or so to get to Syad Valley, and then from there I can resupply another 2.5 days or so, which will get us into Ashland. So I'll show that planning here in a little bit. And then maybe while I'm out, I think I'm just gonna get a few snacks or something to tide me over until dinner time, and then we'll go out at like 5 or 6 to get dinner. But I think the room here was like 80 bucks, and then another 5 bucks will get you laundry. So that's why I'm gonna do the resupply now, and then I can throw everything in the wash, and then get dinner on the backside once everything's cleaned. So let's take a look at what the resupply looks like, the planning, and then we'll go get some food supplies. So for this next planning go around, here's the breakfasts, dinners, and bars that I need. We are currently in the town of Etna. Try to get out here kind of early, so maybe if I can get at least a 20-mile day, I can get to this junction. Tenting and stuff, campsites looks like they're kind of few and far between, so I kind of have to make these distances. It's like 118 miles, so a 5-day stretch is going to be a little bit much. But on the second day, it's going to have to be like 29 miles. I don't know what the terrain difficulty looks like in this section, but it's been a little rough last couple of days, so we'll see if we can pull this off. But this will get us into a campground, where that next morning we can get into Syad Valley and do our resupply there. So I just need to get these first 2 days food-wise, and then we'll be good. Resupply as we pass through Syad Valley, that's right on trail. And then maybe a 21-mile day to as I pass through there to camping off this creek road. Then we hit the border into Oregon at this mile marker here. Maybe a 24-mile day to another dirt road where I might be able to pitch up a tent. 22.5-mile day will get us into the Callahan's turnoff area where we can get up into Ashland. I'm not sure about this mile marker exactly. I was looking at the maps and routing up this way, and I don't know, I may have to do an extra mile on top of that. It was kind of vague on where exactly to get off into the Callahan's turnoff area. But anyway, we got to get ourselves back up to Ashland, and I'm already booked at the Best Western up in town there, and we'll take a 0 for that day after. Back from resupply shopping, I had to bounce around a little bit because each of the stores was kind of limited on their hiker essentials. Some had some stuff, some didn't, so I had to go between the grocery store and the Dollar General, but I think we're all set. I'm going to do the breakfast cereal bars there for breakfasts. I got a whole bunch of snacks there throughout the day. And then dinners, I'm going to try something a little different. I'm going to do the ramen bomb by adding the ramen. You crush that up to very small pieces, and then you add that into the instant mashed potatoes, and then I'll throw in each of the tuna packets as well. So that should be pretty good. I think I'm going to do laundry on the back half and go get food now, because I'm starting to get really hungry. Well, back from lunch. That was good burger and beer type of place. I'm kind of in that odd eating window to where it was like a really late lunch / early dinner, so I don't know if I'm going to go out. I mean, by the time I'm ready for dinner, it'll be like 8 o'clock, and that's normally my bedtime anyway. But I've also got a bunch of snacks that I picked up while grocery shopping. So I think I have enough stuff to tide me over for a while. I think for the next bit, I'm going to get my laundry in the wash, and then just relax. I think that's about it. I'll check back in when something else is going on. Well, I think we're done for the day. I got my laundry back, we got all our chores done, resupply is complete, everything's done, we're good to go. We'll be back on trail in the morning. I was double checking breakfast places. Nothing's going to be open until way later, so I think the only thing we can do is go down to the little food market and just grab some snacks and stuff for breakfast, because that thing will be open at 7. And then maybe check out here a little bit after and start trying to get the hitch out of town. Maybe no earlier than 8. I don't know if anybody's going to be heading up to the mountains any earlier than that. But I think that's about it. So we're all set for the next stretch. It's going to be a really big push to get into Ashland next. So thanks for watching. We'll see you all in the morning. Good morning. Had a fine night's sleep last night. Nice and quiet around here. And I don't think I'm going to go shopping to get some breakfast items. I got enough snacks and stuff around here to finish up. And then just kind of slow roll it out of here. I figure no earlier than like 8 o'clock or so I'll try to start hitching back to the trail. And then one other thing I forgot to mention from yesterday is that if you'll notice, there's a giant hole in my shirt. That formed yesterday at some point, and it's slowly just getting bigger. So I definitely need a new hoodie. This thing is starting to fall apart. I'll have to order myself one and then ship it up trail somewhere, so I'll probably take care of that once I get to Ashland. But otherwise, I'll check back in later once I'm down here and ready to pack up. I'm all packed up. I think we're ready to head out. So I'm gonna go check out, walk to the other side of town, start hitching. We'll see you when we get back up to the trail. Town's pretty quiet on a Sunday morning. This may take a little bit to get up there. Yeah, we made it. We're back on trail. It took about 30 minutes to get the hitch out of town. That wasn't too bad, all things considered, being an early Sunday morning. But our plan is like 20 miles today. I'd like to do further if I can, because tomorrow was scheduled for like a 29-mile day. I'd like to bump some of those miles down off of that. So we're getting out here at a decent time. I think it's about 8:45 or so right now. I had just about forgotten that this was right around the corner. 1,600 miles. It's been a rocky uphill climb. I'm kind of getting near a neat area. A little bit of story time. In 1967, 2 men on horseback set out on an expedition to gather evidence and research for a new creature phenomenon called Bigfoot. And they explored a little area offshoot of the Klamath River called Bluff Creek. And when they rounded a corner, they saw a creature and captured arguably the most famous piece of 1 minute of footage ever recorded, allegedly, of an adult female Sasquatch. And that all took place just beyond those mountains, approximately 50 miles, give or take, right west of here, which means I am in the heart of Sasquatch country. Just gonna be a pretty rocky day today, I guess. Hasn't been bothering my feet yet. We'll see how long this keeps up. Never had a deer quite just walk right up to me before. I'm munching on one of my snacks too, so I wonder if he thinks he can get some food from me. And they're a set of twins. Now I'm really surprised that they're not running away from me. That's pretty cool. And back to the trail they go. First water source in almost 7 miles today. Just right on trail. We're all filled up on water. There's a lot of bees there hanging out, trying to get their fill too. But bees are cool, I like bees. And I think I've engineered a fix for my shoulder. What I did is I put my pack towel, I just laid it across my arm, and that'll kind of fill in where the hole's exposed. And I think that'll minimize the sunburn damage, hopefully, until we can get a new sun hoodie at some point. Another rattlesnake just off trail. It's got that cool green pattern to him. The majority of today's been walking on rocks, but at least there's a little bit here with some soft dirt and some tree cover coming up. But it's been kind of hot and exposed and rocky all day. There's a lot of forest fire damage out here. I was thinking there'd be a little bit to walk through in this little stretch, but there's actually quite a bit. I thought I was hearing some cowbells. Bunch of free-range cattle up here. Most of them making the noise are up in the bushes right there. Yeah, now lots of blowdowns. My speed and pacing today has been pretty good. The ups and downs haven't been bad. It's just rocky and exposed in the sun. Lots of cool wildflowers. So I think I'm gonna do a couple extra miles today. I think it was like 3.3 further than my intended site was the next site up. So I think I'm gonna push for that. Here's Fisher Lake. Man, the terrain's gotten pretty horrendous since Fisher Lake. It's way more rocky, steep ups and downs. Nice little stream here. I'm all filled up on water. We got 9 miles to camp. Marble Valley is what I'm aiming for. And it's 3 o'clock. So I think I'm gonna get in there a little bit later than what I usually do. And the terrain right now is, yep, it's rocky. So I hope that smooths out and I can pick up my pace some. But I'd rather get these extra miles knocked out today, and then tomorrow is not a 29-mile day. That's what I really want. Mount Shasta coming into view again. Such a prominent peak out here in this section. It's like being back in the High Sierra. Wouldn't be surprised if there's a marmot family up here. Man, this is a full-blown, legit climb up of a high-altitude mountain pass. We are going through there. What in the heck? Where am I right now? I've always heard NorCal is easy. This is where you can start speeding up. No, no, no. There is hard terrain in NorCal. This is not an easy section. That was fun. That was a mini version of a High Sierra mountain pass. There's the other side. There's even snow patches up here across the way, I see. Through the trees there. This is exactly like being in the Sierras. We got a high altitude alpine lake. That's Man-Eaten Lake down there. Awesome. This is just unbelievable. I had no idea this was here. It rivals anything in the Sierra section. Extremely steep. Looking back at Man-Eaten Lake. There's looking back. There's looking down into another valley. There's Cliff Lake. Yeah, what an afternoon this has turned into. And we go straight up. This is much nicer. Still a few more miles to go. One mile to camp. Made it to camp. There's the old ranger station. I just crossed a little trickle of a stream. That's good enough to collect from down that way. This is Marble Valley. I'm gonna get set up here somewhere. Dinner, and then sign off real quick, because it's getting late. Alright, we're all settled in, finished up for the night. Got dinner going. The ramen bomb plus some tuna packets. If you haven't had this before, it is excellent. So, thanks for watching, and we'll see you all in the next one.